Alright, today we're going to be drawing inspiration from the thumbnail of a video on another channel, which I'll show in the next shop phase because I think this first phase is a bit too short. And this does happen to me from time to time where I will see a thumbnail on another channel, I will make an assumption about the content of the video, and it gives me an idea. However, it turns out that the video is not exactly what I thought it was. So here's the thumbnail. This is from King Salmon. Insane comeback with Jersey Devil fueled by pilling a slime and getting a bunch of level 3 smaller slimes. So I hadn't even thought about this as an option for Jersey Devil. But when I went and checked out the video, just to make sure I wasn't ripping anything off, it turned out it was a versus lobby. So the person pilling the slime was actually Troubadour. And I think in the end he pilled the slime when he had 3 board spaces empty. And my assumption was that from the thumbnail, the final goal was going to be to have an empty board, pill the slime, and then sell 5 level 3 slimes in one turn. Now obviously that's not going to be realistic to do in a versus lobby where you're probably fighting for your life trying to avoid getting knocked out. But in terms of arena, we can definitely make something happen with this just by playing a bunch of games. And I mean, Jersey Devil is a very strong unit, but also to try and make this a bit more interesting, I deliberately toned down the pack in terms of the number of summons. So when we get Jersey Devil at the end, we're not going to have access to Hydra and Eagle and all the obvious stuff that would make it very easy to win with Jersey Devil at the end. And we're also going to try and do the pivot to Jersey Devil in one turn. So we're going to go from having 0 level 3 cells to all 5 in one turn as I spectate that Queen Bee team. Always nice to see people trying to do something with Queen Bee. Now, in the meantime, while we get the slime online, I'm going to play Centipede. I've seen a few people doing this recently, using Centipede as a pretty hard carry. And then I decide here to go for a level 2 gargoyle pill. And the reason I had to do that this turn was because the mana decays. So next turn we wouldn't have got enough as much health. And here the slime's going to have just enough attack to knock out the brain cramp. So the 3 squad does win. I actually had some rounds where I got the gargoyle pill and then I still lost the following turn, even though I had a ridiculous amount of HP for the given turn. So we get Panther here. I can't remember if I'm going to take... No, I don't think I'm going to take anything that I'm going to keep long term because the slime is going to need 5 spaces on the squad to spawn all the smaller slimes. So everything will have to be sold. That also means that we can't buy Jersey Devil as soon as we find it. We have to just keep it frozen. And generally this was the downfall of a lot of these runs where I was... where it took too long to get the level 3 slime. You also need 10 battles to get the full effect of the level 3 slime. And quite often what was happening is that I would get to the point where if I didn't get slime on turn 3, I didn't actually notice which turn I got the slime in this particular game, but generally it would mean that the run would go too late and I wouldn't have a strong enough team at the end, even with tons of Jersey Devils on the squad. When you do these one-turn pivots, even if you have a lot of gold, you are going to quite frequently end up with a bunch of level 1 units. So you're kind of often with no equipment, so you're kind of relying on just the sheer stats from the Jersey Devil. So even though we don't have many summons, there is Rooster there. There's also... we do have some strong units like Sleipnir, which is going to benefit from the Jersey Devil buffs. I'm sure I actually took Leopard in this as well. Leopard is one of my least taken units in customs, so we're just trying to mix things up a bit in this particular game. So here we go, we get the Jersey Devil, but you can see the slime is only on 7 battles, so we actually need to wait 3 more turns before we can pill the slime and get all 5 level 3 units. So I think here I should probably just sell a giraffe and buy the skunk. Yep. And we take a single can, which is going to slightly improve the pivot when we get the Jersey Devil. And then here, this was happening quite frequently. I was facing this person with this peanut team, but the ailment from the sea cucumber hits the scorpion, which I think might have been important. I mean, it's obviously nice when you overwrite peanut, but I think we might have been in trouble there if I'd instantly lost the centipede. Now we can freeze alpaca as well, or just bring it in, okay. Yep, that's 8 battles we've fought. The slime plus 1 from the previous turn, not sure why I needed to double check it there. And of course we can buy rice when it appears, and that will give us more gold on the pivot turn as well. Now one of the things I did have in mind for this was that I kind of wanted to have some summons. Obviously, you know, we're going to play Jersey Devil, we want some summons, but I don't want any of the typical units. So we've got Popcorn and Panther with a bunch of good tier 5s. So hopefully we'll be able to get that set up in time. We find another Jersey Devil and a double Flounder as well, which is, yeah, it's very difficult for me to pass that up. So I think probably I'm going to save it. Unfortunately, we can't prepare 2 foods because the pill is taking up a slot. And that was extremely lucky there to be able to buy the skunk and activate the centipede. We face the other vulture guy who plays summons every day. Maybe they don't play vulture every time, but they definitely play these summon teams exclusively. Are we going to be okay here? We're definitely going to spawn a lot of slimes. So yeah, we should be fine. The Phoenix ends up removing the equipment on the vulture, so it's a victory. So that puts us on 9, but I think, is the slime on 10? Maybe I've miscounted here. No, it is on 10. So we're okay. We can pill the slime now. We're going to get 15 gold from selling all the slimes. So I think I need to roll once here, or maybe just sell one and then buy the Jersey Devil to make sure we don't waste any gold. Okay, we're going to wait till the very end. Yeah, if I just sold them all immediately, I would have wasted 1 gold there. But now with the Flounders, we can instant level 2 both of these Jersey Devils. And probably going to take the Stego, but I need to buy an extra piece of food. And then look at this, I roll into Starfruit plus Can. I mean, I guess I could just use the Starfruit and take whichever perk is offered. But then we also get another Flounder, so I can use a bit of a Flounder chain to get multiple level ups here. And then Tofu plus Pill, which also doesn't help us. Okay, we'll just use the Mana Potion. So we'll get level 2 Jersey Devil, level 2 Flounder. And then we get 2 more Jersey Devils on the level up. So I know I'm going to instant lose this next battle. It doesn't really matter. All I'm going to do is set up for next turn. So we should just buy another one of the Jersey Devils, or maybe the Stego. There's a Panther in shop as well. So yeah, we're going to freeze that. I kind of don't want to win on this following turn, so it doesn't make any sense just buying the strongest stuff. You know, there's Lionfish there as well, but I want to get the full pivot before we go any further. So there we go, another level 2 and 1 away from level 3. So now I can just buy a Jersey Devil, throw this turn completely. Now you would think that, you know, it would almost not matter what you buy. You know, if you just fill a full team of units that have been buffed by Jersey Devil, then you should win. But realistically, these days, that is not the case. You really need to be playing a proper summoning pack, because you face opponents like this. I mean, look at this. Turn 14, level 2 Stego, level 2 Tiger, and they get the 2 instant 50-50s. Honestly, that team was, you know, I mean, it's a very strong team, but there are a lot of stronger teams than this. Yeah, I was just double checking the Stego there for some reason. We've had a few videos this week where I've been checking the opponents quite a bit. So now I bring in the next Jersey Devil, I think. Or maybe I'm going to go for the level up. I guess I'm greeding for having 4 Jersey Devils on board when I buy the Stego or the Panther, which is maybe a bit excessive. But I wanted to do something excessive given that we were, given the amount of effort it takes to get to the point of having the slime pill. So yeah, we'll take the Panther, and I think we're just going to assume that we're going to lose, and it's almost guaranteed. We've got no equipment. I can't really think of any team on turn 15 in customs that we would realistically beat with this. Even with high stats on the front 2.5 units, we'd still get demolished by most things. And unsurprisingly, we're going to lose here to the good dog Axolotl. But that's fine because we don't really care. Although actually it's funny here that the Pandora's box actually gives the Panther equipment when we didn't have anything. Of course, it didn't matter which perk we ended up getting there. There was no perk that would have saved us. But it does make me wonder what happens with Pandora's box level 2 and 3 if it gives a Panther a multiplied perk. Do you get the double multiplication? Maybe someone can let me know in the comments if they've tried that before. So we get the Panther equipped with the popcorn. It's only a level 1 Panther, so we're only going to get 2 spawns, but that could be, I don't know, Rooster and Rhino, or I forget exactly what was in this pack. But then we face this team, which is a pretty fun looking trumpet team with 1-up Nurse Shark, which is going to do a ton of damage. In fact, there was a Mana Snipe there as well. We lose 2 of the Jersey Devils, but luckily I think that snipe hits the Stego. We get Nessie and Ibex, and it's a narrow victory for the triple Jersey Devil team, inspired by King Salmon and Troubadour.